Hello dissenters, my name is Italix and I am here today back in Boulderline ready to progress our town a little bit further. We are still undergoing construction on the Taylor, but in the meantime I have set up some new tasks for our laborers. We've got some roads that are going to be constructed over here and I'm making them too wide, as you might notice. The reason for this is just to make the town look a little bit more spacious here around what's going to be the town center. Over here we've got a small neighborhood and we might make another neighborhood yet further over here, but for around the town center I wanted a little bit more space so it looked less cramped, so we don't have to zoom in like this to be able to see down one of the roads. And I've got a couple ideas for buildings to go in here, but we'll get to those in due time. For now, I want to focus on the lumber issue, always an issue. We only have 6 logs put into place here at the Taylor, so we need to fix that. And part of the problem is they're fighting for resources with the woodcutter. So what I'm going to do is pause work at the woodcutter for now, and what that's going to allow me to do, since we already have 177 stored firewood, that's plenty for now, we can use the lumber that we do get towards the Taylor, so we can see where that lumber is coming in as it comes in, of course, from the Forester's Lodge out here in the barren wastelands with all the baby trees still growing, all the dead trees losing their leaves in the late autumn, about to move into winter for year 4. Here we have our laborers constructing these roads, and I'll give you my ideas for what I'm planning on doing. I'm thinking maybe a tavern on the water. How does that sound? Our happiness is starting to go down a little bit, and it's nothing major right now. I'm just kind of preparing ahead of time. So I'm thinking tavern on the water, maybe a bridge leading across here to some other pieces of civilization, another bridge connecting over here, so we have a little bit of a river town. Would be pretty cool in my opinion. And we've also got a new symbol to look at on top of the blacksmith. You'll notice no one's here working. And we have this kind of up arrow pointing into a line. That indicates that current work is complete. 54 tools have been stored, and what that means is we are done with production of tools at the moment. So the blacksmith is relegated to a new task as a laborer for now, until such time comes as he or she might need to go back and create some more tools. So it's just a neat way to do it. You can assign the workers, but the workers don't have to work unless there's work to be done, and then they can fill other roles in the meantime. Pretty nifty. Let's take a look at where the hunters are and what they're doing, because I'm curious. I haven't seen any hunters kill anything yet. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them bring back some venison. I've even seen them bring back some leather, but I haven't seen them... Look, Lewel is idling. Lewel, get to work, man. You were getting chased by deer in the last episode, and now you're just gonna hang out and do nothing. Out here, next to the Gatherer and the hunting cabin, is where I am eventually going to place one of the other remaining resource production buildings, the Herbalist, used to gather herbs and provide simple health and healing for citizens. It just seems like a nice little thing to have because we need to keep their health up. You can see we've lost half a bar of one of these hearts, so that's going to be probably our next goal after construction of the Taylor is complete. Maybe more important than the Taylor, but we've already got the Taylor started, so let's just keep that underway. But in the meantime, I can go ahead and queue up the building for the Herbalist, and we don't have to make them all face the same direction either. So what I'm going to do is kind of place them across the street from these, I believe. So let's angle the camera up so we can see a little bit better and to get this into view. Let's just place it across the street from the hunting lodge, and I'm going to place it one extra length sideways, and the reason for this is because I'm going to build another road right in front just to make it 2 across, because I don't know, I don't like the one road length. Maybe it's fine going through the trees right here, but just in this area I kind of want to build it up, make it look a little bit more civilized, so that's how we're going to do it. So while we're waiting on construction, we're going to speed the clock up a little bit to aid in this process and take a look at some of our updated statistics. Over here you can see, as we move into winter and the snows begin, that we have 20 whole laborers now. We've come quite a ways from where we began in the humble child laboring, and let's actually see how old our oldest person is. It's kind of interesting. This guy's 36! Skylan, you've grown so big! Oh, Felicity is 38! Our people are growing older. I think 39 or 40 is probably going to be our oldest person at the moment. We've got a 2-year-old just wandering around out here who is assigned to be a laborer. Did she just grow from 2 to 5 years old all of a sudden? Oh no, there's a 3-year-old who's just become 4. Happy birthday, Ston. Is that really your name, Ston? Happy birthday. We're going to throw a birthday bash in the storage barn for you. You can eat all the mushrooms that you want. How does that sound? Sounds like a great plan for me. All right, construction finally underway. Now that everyone has tools, as we updated them from the last episode, this should go much more smoothly than it was before. And then we're just going to have one tailor who's constantly updating our supply of clothing. And you can see in the storage barn here that in our hunting process, we have stored up some leather. We have 12 leather right now, 213 venison. So we've got a nice variety of different food sources that are coming in and playing a huge role in our city. So now that we do have the tailor, it's time to assign a worker. So the tailor is going to be able to use the leather to make hide coats. We can also, if we had sheep, make some wool coats. And then if you have leather and sheep sources, you can make warm coats, which are obviously going to be significantly better than the other two. Now, the point of the warm coats, I'm assuming, is that the hide coats are going to keep them obviously warmer. But what does that mean? Well, if you'll remember, sometimes these people will go to their homes to warm up before going back out to work, and that can just be a damper on their work day. So I'm assuming by having clothing, they're going to be able to stay warmer longer, and therefore there's less of a delay between when they go back to their home and have to warm up. So they stay warmer longer and therefore do more work. At least that makes sense to me. So now the construction is complete on that, let's begin work on the herbalist, and they have to remove a few pieces of trees. The pathway has been completed, and then we're going to start being able to heal some of our people slightly. Hopefully that will bring their average health up. So there is a circle around this building as well, as you can see, and I believe they're going to be taking some of the other resources maybe that the Gatherer's Hut doesn't use. So let's take a look at how the tailor is doing. We've got no materials apparently, and that means we've already used some to make some clothing. So we've only got 2 stored clothes at the moment, and I think we are all out of leather. So it seems like 5 or 6 leather makes 1 article of clothing, unless some of these people have already come in and picked some up. I'm not entirely... Look, we only have 1 stored clothing now, so it is being used, and that's a good sign. That means that we caught it early. People need to change their clothes. They can only... Look, ragged clothing! So yes, I feel completely justified in my path that I chose to start getting the clothing taken care of ahead of time. So now what we have to do is do some more hunting. We got 4 laborers right now. Let's get some more hunters so we can add a 3rd hunter. Apparently that is all we can add, and look at these deer. Look at these deer! Somebody hunt these deer! I want to see one of you actually killing a deer. Where are you going? To pick up resources? Does that mean someone already killed a deer and I missed it? Let's see if we can find the dead baby deer somewhere out here. I think... There is a pelt. So there's some leather. Apparently there was some hunting going on around these parts. We can watch as they pick up the resource, probably to take it back. And there we go. So now we can start making some more clothing because, as I said, some of our people are getting some ragged clothing. It's being worn out. They can only wash it in the stream so many times before it just wears out entirely. While our hunters go about their task, it's important that we start work on the woodcutter again because we are out of stored firewood. That does not mean we don't have any. It just means it's not in the stockpile anymore. It's still within their homes. So we're going to get the woodcutter to go back to work and start taking some of the lumber that we've been cutting down. We got 40 units right now so far. And of course, we are going to have to take a look at the herbalist because it has been constructed while I wasn't paying attention. The herbalist stores herbs, okay? That seems pretty obvious, right? But the gatherer stores food. So I'm assuming these are separate. I still really don't know, but we're going to find out together. And I'm not sure if the people have to come here to get health back, or if they're just going to bring the herbs over to the storage barn, and maybe they'll use them from there. And we've got our first little batch of herbs that have been placed in the storage barn. That is exciting, alongside of all the fish and the venison and everything else. It's gone just as quickly as it came. The market is hot for herbs, apparently, and for herbal healing. I think just to make sure that people can continue to get herbs, we want to assign 1 more herbalist to make a total of 2. I know it's only going to leave 1 laborer for now, and that's not great, but these people who aren't working actively, like the tailor and the blacksmith, will contribute to the laborer workforce, hopefully. So that should account for the 1 laborer and give him a little bit of a hand. Let's see who that 1 laborer is. Oh, Felicity, the 40-year-old, happy over the hill. You've hit 40. Congratulations, oh Felicity, you're one of the oldest people living still. Hopefully there will be plenty of people to pick up the slack when our first generation of workers dies. I don't want to talk about it, but I want to make some more room in our city. So we're going to build some more houses. So let's unpause construction on this wooden house, which has been here forever now. And the reason for this is because a lot of these homes are full. You can see there's not much space left to expand into, and we could use some more workers, some more people, because we're getting so many more different types of jobs that it's just going to be necessary. So we're going to have that wooden house queued up. They're already placing the materials down, which is great. And I'm also going to queue up a couple more, maybe just one more. We're not going to go overboard on this. Just one more house for now should be worthwhile, and place it right back there. We should have room for 2 more in the future when we decide that we need it. Construction has already begun. That's the perks of having the resources right next to the building site. They brought them over immediately. Also, the wooden houses are pretty cheap to build, so it's going to go quickly. So we'll have 2 open spaces, hopefully get some more people. We got 25 in total right now. 4 children. We're going to need to make some more babies, so we got to give some of these people some houses all their own. I think I want to start working on a trading post. We can find the trading post right here, and it's going to be fairly expensive. 40 iron, 80 stone by the looks of things, which we do have enough. We just don't have enough lumber, of course. But I need to build a bridge, and I'm going to try construction on the other side of this river. Maybe have a little sister neighborhood out here where they can connect to each other with a single bridge. It's going to be an island, more or less. No, yeah, it's an island. It carries all the way over to the left and all the way over to the right. It does not connect to any other piece of land. This is going to be interesting. I think what I want to do is build a road next to the blacksmith, just to kind of separate it off. Let's count how many spaces are here. It looks to be approximately 9, which is perfect. So if I build one road all the way leading up to this little edge of the water here, I'll have enough room for 2 homes. They're 4 squares each, so that fits perfectly. And as we move into autumn, once again, the snow has covered the ground. We're going to build the wooden bridge. The road has been completed, and I'm going to just simply drag it across like so. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to count 3 on the other side. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be kind of a lengthy bridge, maybe unnecessarily so, but I just wanted to make sure that it doesn't look funny. So hopefully it won't. Our people will start construction on that. Let's start work on the trading post. The trading post is going to be here in the same area that you would get the storage barn or the stockpile. And I think I will... Oh, this building is huge. Where does it go? Can we just put it in the water? It looks like it needs to be attached to the land slightly. Okay, so I can see the red spaces. So we can place it like right here, blocking the entire river off. Hopefully none of you wanted to do any trading on this river because we've blocked it. And I think this is going to be as good a spot as any. I don't think I can go any further in this way or else it starts turning red. So let's queue it up right there. It's kind of going to be on this little inlet. We're going to have to clear some of this area out to build a road connecting to the bridge. You don't have to build roads, but I like them because they look nice. I think that's going to do it for now. So if you're enjoying Banished, if you're enjoying Boulder Line, you want to see it progress more, please help me support my series by leaving a like on these videos if you enjoy them. Thank you so very much if you do. My name is Italix, and I will see you next time.